My parents stalked me even after the court took me away. Then I found a note saying, "See you at home soon." Growing up, privacy didn't exist in our house. My mom would search our rooms while we slept, going through every drawer, every pocket, every scrap of paper. If she found any schoolwork I hadn't shown her first, I'd spend the night kneeling on uncooked rice until dawn. The grains would dig into my skin, leaving tiny red dots and bruises that lasted for days. My knees would shake from the pain, but moving meant starting the timer over. My dad controlled everything else. He decided how long we knelt, whether we could lock the bathroom door, what clothes we wore, even what thoughts we were allowed to have. He'd make us confess our secrets every single day, 3 times a day. Morning, afternoon, and night. If we had nothing to confess, he'd accuse us of lying and the punishment would be worse. My brother was their perfect creation, completely brainwashed. He'd report me for the smallest things and actually seemed to enjoy watching me suffer. When I got good grades, he'd tell them I must be cheating. When I was quiet, he'd say I was hiding something. He'd search my room himself sometimes, turning over my mattress, dumping out my backpack, looking for any excuse to get me in trouble. The breaking point came when I trusted him with something personal. I told him I was struggling, that I needed help. Within an hour, I was face down getting hit with a belt while he watched from the doorway with that same smirk. That's when I finally told my English teacher. She saw me flinch when someone dropped a book and just knew something was wrong. CPS came that same day. The look on my parents' faces when they arrived at school was terrifying. Not worried, but angry. Angry they'd been caught. The court placed me with the Harpers, a quiet couple with a small house that actually felt like a home. They knocked before entering my room. They asked permission before hugging me. They had rules, sure, but normal ones like do your homework and be home by 10. It was surreal, but my parents didn't accept it. They started showing up everywhere. Mom would park across from my school in her silver sedan, just sitting there watching me. Dad would be at the grocery store when my foster mom took me shopping, pretending to look at cereal while staring at me from 2 aisles over. They'd show up at the park, at the library, at every public place I went. My brother kept leaving notes in my locker. "This isn't over. They're coming for you. You can't hide forever." The school checked security footage, but could never catch him. He was too careful, always waiting for blind spots. The restraining order didn't stop them. They'd stand exactly 501 feet away, just outside the legal limit, and watch. At my basketball games, they'd sit in the back row. At school concerts, they'd be in the parking lot, always there, always watching. My foster parents started changing our routines, different routes to school, different stores, different times for everything. But somehow, my parents always found us. It was like they had our schedule memorized, like they were tracking our every move. 5 months into my placement, things escalated. I came home from the library one afternoon and found a note tucked into my backpack. Not in my locker this time, in my actual backpack that I'd had with me all day. "See you at home soon." The handwriting was my mother's. My hands were shaking when I showed Mr. Harper. He didn't hesitate, called the police immediately, then called our caseworker. That night, they installed security cameras around the entire house. 4 cameras covering every angle of the yard and doors. Mrs. Harper insisted I sleep in their room that night. She made up the couch for me while Mr. Harper stayed up monitoring the camera feed on his laptop. I couldn't sleep. Every sound made me jump. The house settling, the heater clicking on, a car passing outside. Each one sent my heart racing. At 2:30 a.m., the motion sensors went off. Mr. Harper's laptop started beeping, all 4 camera feeds lighting up at once. I heard him say, "Oh my God," and reach for his phone. I sat up just in time to see the feed. My parents were in the backyard, my dad holding bolt cutters, my mom carrying a flashlight, both of them working on the metal gate that led to the side of the house where my bedroom window was located. Police arrived in 4 minutes and arrested them both mid-break-in, tools still in hand, my bedroom window screen already removed and lying in the grass.